Hello students, welcome to the class. Today we will discuss about concentration of acids and bases. You must be familiar with the word concentrated and dilute acids. Now what it is? The concentration of an acid is a measure of the amount of water present in it, and a concentrated acid has little or no water, while a dilute acid has more water than the acid. Let us understand the concept using an activity. Take two beakers and label them A and B. Add 100 milliliter of colorless solvent in both the beakers. In beaker A, say I add about 20 milliliter of some red colored solute, and in beaker B I add the same red colored solute, and the amount this time will be 50 milliliter. Okay, so remember in the first case it was 20 milliliter, in beaker B it is 50 milliliter. Now can we say that B is concentrated and A is dilute? These are actually relative, and if we compare both the beakers we see that B is more red in color than A. Let me take another example. Say we take two beakers again with 100 milliliter of some solution in each. Now let us put 20 milliliter of solute and 80 milliliter of solvent in beaker 1, and in beaker 2 25 milliliter of solute and 75 milliliter of solvent. Which solution is more concentrated according to you? Yes, it is the solution in beaker 2, because the proportion of solute is more in beaker 2 than in beaker 1. Now based on these activities, let us understand what dilute and concentrated acids and bases are. In case of acids, water is considered as the solvent and the acid that we add to it is the solute. So we take a beaker with some water and we add some acid to it. The more is the amount of water, the acid will be more dilute. That means its concentration will be lesser. Here comes a question. Should we add acid to water or water to acid? Many of us may think it doesn't matter at all. It does. The process of mixing water and acid is highly exothermic. That is, a lot of heat is generated during this process. Now, if we add water to the acid, the heat generated may cause the mixture to splash out and cause severe burns, and even the glass container containing the mixture may also crack due to excessive heating. Now you may think if the same will happen if acid is added to water. Not exactly. The reason is, when we add acid to water, the reaction will no doubt be exothermic, but water is a good absorber of heat. So the temperature will be lowered, and that is why the mixture will not splash or the container will not crack. Thus, while diluting an acid must always be added to water, and that too very slowly and with constant stirring. This is because if we added a lot of acid to directly to water, the heat generated will be too large for water to absorb it. This is how we can dilute an acid, and you must have understood what is the meaning of concentrated and dilute acid. Now before we wind up, solve the questions based on the topics that we have discussed just now. Until I come up with my next video, enjoy learning. Thank you.